Last night, the Los Angeles Lakers met up with the New York Knicks in Los Angeles. It was a close game throughout. The Knicks did get up by as many as 13. It was looking like they were gonna run away with this at multiple times of the game, but the Lakers just never went away. They were actually able to hold the Knicks to 15 fourth quarter points, tying the game and sending it into overtime, where they actually ended up winning the game. The final score was 113 to 109. Lakers won their eighth straight, getting them to 40 and 21 on the year, and this loss drops the Knicks to 40 and 22 on the year. It was the first end of a back-to-back as well in Los Angeles. They play the Clippers tonight, but they might be without Jalen Brunson, who got hurt in overtime really bad rolled ankle after landing on Austin Reeves' foot. Couldn't he played for the first 2 minutes of overtime and then had to miss the rest of overtime. That really hurt the Knicks because he was their best player by far on the floor. But it honestly shouldn't have been in overtime. They shouldn't have been in that position. They should have put this game away in regulation. They were, as I said, leading throughout the pretty much the entire game. The only time the Lakers led was in the first quarter when it was 32 to 30 until a minute and 21 left in the fourth quarter when Gabe Vincent hit a three-pointer that tied the game. And then Jalen Brunson came down, hit it, and one that tied the game back up, or that put the Gabe Vincent three put the Lakers up three, and then Jalen Brunson came down, tied the game on it, and won, which eventually sent it to overtime. But the Knicks should have had this game wrapped up in regulation. And if that was the case, Jalen Brunson wouldn't have gotten hurt in overtime. So the Knicks have to find a way to close games better moving forward. But to get to the box score, as I said, Jalen Brunson was the Knicks' best player before his injury. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious. No reports have came out yet. I'd assume he'd be out tonight against the Clippers, which is a big blow for the Knicks. But the Clippers have been reeling, so they can beat the Clippers without Jalen Brunson. But the other's going to have to play a lot better than it did against the Lakers. Jalen Brunson against the Lakers ended with 39 points on 13 of 26 from the field, 1 of 7 from deep, 12 of 13 from the free throw line, and also added 4 rebounds and 10 assists. The second leading scorer was OG Anunoby. He really had a great first half, but in the second half, his shot started to miss a lot more than it was in the first half, which really hurt the Knicks. Anunoby still ended with 20 points on 7 of 18 from the field, 4 of 11 from deep, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, and also added 4 rebounds and an assist as well as a block. And Josh Hart ended with 18 points of his own on 6 of 13 from the field, 2 of 6 from deep, 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Definitely got to hit your free throws at a higher clip if you're Josh Hart. And he also ended with 10 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 steals. So he did it all on both ends of the floor as he always does. He's the Knicks' best hustler and best defender, in my opinion, and he just does the little things. And that is why he's such an important part for this Knicks team. To round out starting five was Mikal Bridges and Karl-Anthony Towns. Both of these two really struggled, and the Knicks are going to need more from both of them moving forward if they want to compete and beat the best teams in the league because they are now 0-8 against the top four teams in both conferences, the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference. That's not going to get you where you want to go. So the Knicks have to find a way to beat better teams, and in order to do that, they need more from Mikal Bridges and Karl-Anthony Towns, specifically Karl-Anthony Towns. He was settling. He wasn't in the paint, and the Lakers had no one to guard him in the paint. They had LeBron James on him in the paint, and when he was in the paint against LeBron James, he would just settle for fadeaway jumpers or settle for three-point jumpers. You got to get put your body into someone. Karl-Anthony Towns has to be more aggressive moving forward if the Knicks want to get to where if the Knicks are going to get to where they want to go, where they want to go. Mikal Bridges didn't do much either. Mikal ended with 6 points on 3 of 6 from the field, 0 of 1 from deep, and also had 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. Towns ended with 12 points on 3 of 13 from the field, 1 of 6 from deep, 5 of 7 from the free throw line, and also added 14 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. So he did end with a double-double, but has to be more efficient and more aggressive on the offensive side of the ball if the Knicks are going to start to beat the top teams in the league. Off the bench, there wasn't much off the bench. They definitely needed more. The Knicks aren't known for their bench. Um, they're known for playing their starters 40 plus minutes a game or close to that, and that is why they usually run out of gas in the playoffs. Is because the coach Tom Thibodeau runs them into the ground. That's another thing that worries me about the Knicks, and I'm sure worries Knicks fans as well. knowing that their players are going to run out of gas eventually. They need a better bench. They need more bench production to get their players rest when they need their rest. Um, the players who played the most off the bench were Mitchell Robinson, Cameron Payne, and Miles McBride. None of them did great. Mitchell Robinson was the most efficient. He ended with 6 points on 2 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and also had 4 rebounds and a steal. Lindy Shamet ended with he only played 6 minutes, but he was the second most efficient player off the bench for the Knicks, ending with 5 points on 2 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from deep, and did nothing else in the box score. And Miles McBride and Cameron Payne both really struggled. McBride played the most minutes off the bench, but he did not do much, ending with 0 points on 0 of 6 from the field, 0 of 4 from deep, and also had 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. And then Cameron Payne ended with 3 points, shot all of his shots from 3-point range and went 1 of 6. And he also had 2 rebounds and an assist. So definitely need more from your bench moving forward if you're the Knicks. Overall, the Knicks shot 39% from the field, 23% from deep. Really rough shooting night from deep for them. 78% from the free throw line. They missed 7 free throws and only lost by 4. You make a few more free throws, this is a different outcome. Free throws make or break a game in basketball, not just the NBA, just in basketball in general. So gotta hit your free throws at a higher clip moving forward if you're the New York Knicks. And they only turned it over 13 times. So if you hit more threes and more free throws, you win this game. So that is what I would be nitpicking on if I was Coach Tom Thibodeau. To get to the Lakers, it was the LeBron James and Luka Doncic show. Luka Doncic actually went on a quick 5-0 run to start the overtime. One-legged fadeaway over Karl Anthony Towns, and then a three-pointer over Karl Anthony Towns. And at that point, the Knicks just looked deflated, and the Lakers took advantage of that for the rest of the overtime. Doncic ended with 32 points on 9 of 23 from the field, 4 of 12 from deep, 10 of 12 from the free throw line, and also had 7 rebounds, 12 assists, and 4 steals. He did have 5 turnovers though, but as I've been saying, he just has to continue to get acclimated to his new teammates, and I'm sure as he gets more acclimated, the turnovers will decrease more and more. Um, the one thing that really stands out to me is the 4 steals though, because I was told that Luka Doncic is not the best defender, but from what I've seen in all of these Lakers games, he's showing effort. And that's all you need to be a good defender is effort. And when he shows effort, he is not a terrible defender. I'm not saying he can guard the best players, but we don't need him. The Lakers don't need him to do that. They just need him to be reliable on that end. And he has been so far. And hopefully that can continue because that will really help the Lakers move forward. And his sidekick, LeBron James, ended with a 31 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists, 2 assists shy of a triple-double. He went 11 of 23 from the field, 2 of 8 from deep, 7 of 8 from the free throw line as well. And he also had added a block into his stat line, and he only turned it over 1 time. So that is a big bright spot for the Lakers, given that LeBron James had really been struggling with turnovers prior to this game. So hopefully he can continue to maintain the ball at a high level moving forward. Austin Reeves came back from a 3 game absence due to that calf injury. He really struggled. He ended with 8 points on 2 of 13 from the field, 1 of 7 from deep. That 1 3 was a huge one in overtime, though, after Jalen Brunson came down and brought the Knicks to within one. Jackson Hayes kicked it out to him wide open in the corner, and Austin Reeves knocked it down. Reeves also got to the free throw line 4 times, making three, and he also added 6 rebounds. It was evident that Reeves was a little rusty after a week off. So just got to knock that rust off. Just got to forget about this game if you're Austin Reeves and just bounce back against the Celtics tomorrow night. To round out starting five was Dorian Finney-Smith and Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes played fantastic on the defensive side of the ball. JJ Redick actually said they could not take him out of the game in overtime. Eventually they did because he fouled out, but that was only with about like 10 seconds left in the overtime, so it didn't matter. But that is how valuable Hayes has been on the defensive side of the ball since January 15th or something like either January 15th or February 15th. I can't remember which one. Jackson Hayes has been the best defensive big man in the league. I believe actually since February 1st, if I remember correctly. He's been the best big man in the entire NBA. That just defensively, that just shows you how important he has been to this Lakers team and how well he's been playing. And that is the Jackson Hayes the Lakers are going to need to continue to need. They don't need him to score. They got enough offensive firepower. They just need him to be reliable on the defensive end and on the defensive glass. And he's done that so far ever since Anthony Davis got traded. And hopefully he can continue to do that because if he can, the sky is the limit for this Lakers team. Hayes ended with 8 points on 3 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and also added 5 rebounds and 3 assists, as well as 2 blocks. As I said, did foul out with 10 seconds left in overtime. Um, and then Dorian Finney-Smith rounded out the starting five. He really struggled offensively, but his defense is what makes him such a valuable asset for this Lakers team. And that is what he's in there for. He's not in there to score. Yes, it's great if he can start knocking down his shots at a higher clip, which I'm sure he will eventually. But as long as he shows effort on the defensive end and continues to play great defense and make great hustle plays, he will be a staple in this Lakers team. Finney Smith ended with 2 points on 1 of 5 from the field, 0 of 3 from deep, and also added 5 rebounds and a steal. And then off the bench, Gabe Vincent and Dalton Connect and Trey Jemison all huge off the bench for the Lakers, specifically Gabe Vincent in the fourth quarter. JJ Redick turned to him, benching Austin Reeves because Reeves was really struggling, and Gabe Vincent delivered, ending with 12 points on 4 of 5 from the field, 4 of 4 from deep. He also added a rebound and an assist. Without Gabe Vincent, the Lakers don't win this game. Both JJ Redick and Luka Doncic said that without his 4 threes, the Lakers don't make this comeback, and that is a Gabe Vincent the Lakers are going to continue to need moving forward, and hopefully he'll be able to continue to play that way for the Lakers' sake. Dalton Connect also played his third good game in a row, ending with 11 points on 4 of 8 from the field, 3 of 7 from deep, and also had 4 rebounds and an assist. Connect seems to have his confidence back after a really rough stretch for, I'd say, about 2 to 3 months. It's looking like his shot is back, and hopefully that can continue because if he starts to knock down shots at a consistent clip, the rest of the league is going to be in trouble because you double LeBron James, double Luka Doncic, you're going to leave Connect open, and he's going to keep knocking him down. I mean, he is a great three-point shooter. You cannot leave him open, and he's proven teams wrong so far. So we'll see if he can continue it moving forward. And then Trey Jemison, the third, ended with 7 points for the Lakers on 3 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, and also had 4 rebounds. And then Jared Vanderbilt, as he always is, great hustle player, great bench piece for the Lakers, and he played fantastic once again, ending with 2 points on 1 of 3 from the field, 0 of 1 from deep. But as I've said, he's not in there for offense. He's in there for his hustle plays and his defense, and he was great on that end as he always is, ending with 5 rebounds and 2 steals as well as a block. Overall, the Lakers shot 42% from the field, 33% from deep, 82% from the free throw line. So that is much improved from their past few games when they were about in the 70 to 75% range. Hopefully, they can continue to hit their free throws at a high clip. It was a really rough shooting night for them. They typically shoot the three ball around 36 to 40% in that range. So hopefully they'll be able to bounce back in that aspect tomorrow night against the Celtics. And they did turn over 16 times, so definitely got to get those turnovers cleaned up as well. But as I've been saying, when Luka Doncic gets more acclimated to teammates and when his teammates get more acclimated to him, I believe that those turnovers will drop. So we'll see if the Lakers can continue their hot streak tomorrow night against the very hot Boston Celtics. And then for the Knicks, we'll see if they can bounce back tonight against the Clippers, most likely without Jalen Brunson.